Hi, I'm Chris Bruce. I'm the Managing Director of GlobalReach, and we are an innovative software and services company enabling Wi-Fi venues and operators to deliver great Wi-Fi user experience. This is our Passpoint Profile Service. We've been leaders in the generation of Passpoint profiles for authentication and venues, but in recent times, largely in response to some of the moves made by the OS providers, Apple and Android, there's been a move afoot around Mac randomization, which makes previous methods of authentication through MAC address, recognizing and returning user, much more difficult. And there's been a renewed interest in the use of Passpoint technology, which is in itself secure, but also allows you to set up that connection so that you can recognize who that user is once the profile is on their device. As I mentioned, widely used by mobile operators, downloaded onto the SIM without user intervention, but not so widely used by venues and enterprises to enable their users to connect. And what we've been able to do is create a service to make that a lot easier. So we have what's called an OSU, an online sign-up service, and we created with that the ability to integrate these Passpoint profiles into your app. So if you're a coffee shop chain, if you're a hotel group, you're a transportation company, we could embed this method of easily downloading a profile as part of the app journey. Does require a little bit of user intervention, but nothing like what it would be if you just downloaded from the web. So we think that's going to be a game changer. We think that's going to help deliver that secure, seamless experience that Passpoint is all about. And we're very excited about it. We've had a number of companies approaching us asking for such a service. So that's why we're launching it today. Yes, well, if provision of Wi-Fi is an amenity in your venue, in your coffee shop, in your hotel, in your retail store, then this has become a hygiene factor. And in many of those environments, the quality of Wi-Fi experience has been right up there in terms of general customer satisfaction or dissatisfaction. And the more we do to remove barriers to connection and a great experience, the better. Now, the great thing now with Passpoint is, although it's a seamless experience, the venue can still message the user using something called venue URL. And we understand that Android and Apple together will be deploying something called Cat Port, which will allow venues to message users that have connected seamlessly. And we're able to support that now, in essence, and we have a variant of this that's available on non-Cat Port devices. So we think we're ready to go to help maintain that user engagement, but at the same time deliver a great user experience.
Great. And was this something that was in the plannings for a while at GlobalReach, or did it kind of just come up where you had a lot of businesses approaching you about something like this and you decided that it was the right steps to take?
Well, we've had the technology for some time and deployed it significantly in carrier settings. We're very pleased to have been shortlisted for the WBA Awards with AT&T, Google, and Intersection, where we're enabling some 5 million Passpoint sessions a day. So we're quite used to the Passpoint technology. We've deployed it at venues with the online sign-up, but changes in the last year in the user journey for onboarding profiles that's been imposed or made a part of the process by Apple means that it's not really a great user experience in the onboarding. It's fine once it's onboarded, but there's some steps there that I think unnerves some users. So by putting it in the app associated with a brand that you trust, really makes it a very seamless and easy experience. And it's in response to what's happened on the Mac randomization that we've had companies come to us, and we thought, well, we can help on this, and we just put our technology together, and we've created a service from this which will manage on behalf of our customers. Well, I think that's right. It seems to me that over the 15 years of Wi-Fi, we've had great innovations, we've had great developments, we've had all kinds of components coming together to create a great user experience, but we haven't always had the methods and the standards ways of working to make that happen. And combination of the things I've just talked about with Passpoint and the methodology and the discipline around open roaming, I think will transform the way users connect, the number of Wi-Fi networks that can interoperate, and probably most importantly, a commercial model that incentivizes the parties to work together and perhaps replicate the great success of GSMA roaming, so that you don't even think about it when you move from one country to another. Your mobile phone just connects to the cellular network. In the same way, we could do that with Wi-Fi. Well, it's been a difficult year for everybody, of course. We're probably fortunate in that our enterprise customers span across a range of different vertical markets, some of which have been more affected by the COVID pandemic than others. And we're also operate on a global basis, so some countries have been more affected than others. But overall, our business is maintained well, and we've used time to deliver projects for our customers, but also start developing other products and services with our platforms, such as the Passpoint technology. So not a year that I think any of us will look back on fondly, but we've used the time well, and we still see ourselves with something like 500 million Wi-Fi authentication transactions every month, still going through our platform as we support customers in transportation, in cities, in retail, leisure, maritime, a number of different sectors. So we have a job of work to do, and we're keeping focus on that. Well, I think before answering that, you have to ask yourself, what will 2021 look like? And I don't suppose anybody really knows, referring back to the COVID situation. But we're coming through this thing stronger, to be honest. We've used the time wisely. I'm so pleased with our progress we're making on open roaming and federated roaming and on Passpoint. We've got a number of projects that have now come to completion. We're seeing new customers come live. So I see a growth opportunity for the use of Passpoint and open roaming, and GlobalReach intends to be right at the forefront of that. Well, I just want to make an observation about the WBA, really. I think it's had a fantastic year, despite, ironically. It's a record number of new members joining the association, the alliance. And I think that's really around two things around the WBA's. First of all, it's focused on Wi-Fi 6 and the tremendous benefits that could bring as a standalone technology, but also in conversions with 5G. And that's even before you talk about its use in 6 gigahertz. So the power of the services that can be delivered using Wi-Fi 6 is, I think, transformational. And the WBA is leading in its use in a 5G era. And then secondly, on federated roaming and open roaming in the WBA's case, that's clearly drawing many new members to the association. And we are seeing real momentum in terms of pilots, in terms of the building blocks being put in place. And I can really see that taking off next year. And the results of that right now are coming through in the tremendous interest coming from all parts of the ecosystem. So just like to say well done to the team behind the scenes running the WBA and all the work programs and the commitment and contribution from its members.